I'm used to it by now for that part.
Live. We're live.
We are live. We're about to start on LRN in just less than 60 seconds here. So,
federal authorities are currently on high alert in Washington, D.C., following reports that hundreds of crazed sociopaths infiltrated the congressional chambers this morning. Mary Canley, a Capitol employee who managed to escape the House chambers, described the troubling scene to reporters.
I saw all of them. About 400 to 500 pretty range people just rambling on about guns, the military, and money.
Investigators say the lunatics, many of whom are believed to suffer from severe personality disorders, have locked themselves in the chambers for hours now, with no clear purpose or reason.
I looked at one of them right in the eyes, and it was like...
I'm breathing.
Yeah, I can definitely hear the breathing.
Emotion or feeling. It was horrifying. It's only a matter of time before they do something that really hurts someone.
We believe these men to be manipulative and extremely dangerous. Luckily, they are also very disorganized and are
Breathing.
And may never be able to ever take any action at all. For more on this developing story, keep checking theonion.com. Yes.
The Onion.
we're coming in.
Copblock is filmed on location with the men and women of Copblock. All suspects are innocent until beaten into a court of law. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Copblock Radio, live on the air, February 3rd. Can anybody believe it's February? It's like 60 degrees out here in Cleveland. I can't believe it. El Nino! Woo! Yeah, man. So anyway, you guys are one of our top stories here. Steven Talley, arrested twice for bank robberies he didn't commit. Amazing. We'll have that coming up in a minute. But how you guys doing? You been contacted by the government recently, or what?
I'm expecting some contact anytime now.
Yeah, been a quiet week for me over here.
So you're waiting for them to come kick down your door then, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
I stirred up a lot of... I pretty much... all the police that were trying to play nice with me, and like act like they were on our side, I just kind of blew up their spot in the last few weeks. And I don't know. My own police chief in my own town, I kind of trashed him nicely on a blog, and then Allentown had their own issues. I trashed them in a blog. I'm just not playing nice anymore, you know.
Well, it's time to hold a steady cam and have that just sitting on your door from here on out, just in case, you know, so you have it all on camera, and if that's what happens.
What about you? You ain't got contacted by the government, Matthew?
No, they've been quiet for me this week. Thank God. You know, normally when they come and talk to me, it's never very good. So I'm happy that they've left me alone this week. We'll see what happens next week, though. How about yourself?
February 9th, that's when I get contacted for sure.
I really want to come, but the harder I try to make it happen, it's like I'm forcing it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I really want to do it, though, because, you know, they're one of the other radio show guys want to go down there and do some jury outreach. So I really want to go.
Good. That'd be great.
Really want to get out there and dress nice, go out there with him. He wants to hit in front of the Parma courthouse at like 6 a.m. and make sure we get every juror with a pamphlet in their hand.
That'd be great. That'd be great. And for those of you that don't know, I have to go to court in Parma, in Ohio here, for holding a sign that says "Turn Now." Checkpoint ahead, turn now. They took offense to the fact that the turn now was on there, and since I wrote it in marker, I couldn't take it off. So they wrote me a citation for it, and 2 years later, I'm still going through that trial. That still hasn't come to light yet, and I was rearrested by one of the officers involved in the first case, and he's pushing it. And you saw the video of me being arrested and what happened, and me being assaulted and stuff, and then being arrested for it. So, yeah, that's what's happening.
Your original charge was almost 2 years ago now, wasn't it?
It's more than 2 years ago now.
This is what brought you into Copblock.
Yeah. Well, no. Doing checkpoints did, but this one was the second time, actually, that I had been accosted. The first time I was arrested and didn't have any kind of video proof, which was my own stupid fault, but since then had my phone upgraded and had the ability to take video, got a nice new camera thanks to the Copblock network, and was able to get some good video, especially of the assault and the arrest. I mean, that was like, it was surreal when it was happening. It was almost like Keystone Cops, but hey, that's how they want to play, so hey, we'll play that way. I'm good. So we'll be going to court on the 9th, February 9th, a couple of weeks. It's supposed to be snowing then. Hopefully maybe El Nino will be taking off and we'll get some real weather around here.
What a wonderful way to spend 12 Jurors Day, taxpayers' money, a judge's, it's 2 days, isn't it? 2 or 3?
They have it scheduled for 3 days, but I mean, we don't know if it's going to last that long.
So yeah, all of this, all these people, the prosecutor, the jury, the judge, your lawyer, you, everybody that's going to be in the courtroom, they all have to be put out because of something that is free speech.
Well, it's not just free speech. You see, it's a vendetta because the Parma Police Department doesn't appreciate me walking around filming them at every chance I get, and trying to show the hypocrisy of what they do on a daily basis. Because, like, from my standpoint, I mean, there have been, I'm not going to say that there hasn't been any real crime around here, because there has been. There's been several holdups and robberies and things like that. There was a robbery at a local bar over here where a guy got shot. Well, the Parma police managed to catch that guy. So, I mean, kudos to them for that. But they operate this town in a state of fear. I mean, like, the people that live here, the people that live around here, they know this place. The people that live around here don't want to come through here because they know how bad they are with the bullshit traffic enforcement, I mean, they swarm the streets and just give people tickets for anything and nothing. It's ridiculous.
Well, what I'm hearing here is, to our viewers on Copblock.org and everybody listen to LRN, if you are in the area and you really want to do something about this, show up for him. Get your signs out. Get your megaphone. Make some noise. Show your outrage for what's going on.
Well, there's actually going to be a large event happening.
Absolutely.
Ademo's coming, isn't he?
Sure is.
There's going to be a lot of Copblockers there, so if anybody's in the Cleveland area near Parma, definitely, it's going to be a big event. This is a big thing, and I'm sure with that many Copblockers in the same place, when it's all said and done, we're going to go out and film some cops.
What's funny is that people have been asking me, like, on the YouTube videos and stuff like that. They have the comments and stuff, and they're in there like, well, what was the outcome? What was the outcome? It's like, dude, I would love to tell you, but these motherfuckers keep on dragging it out. I can't tell you what I don't know yet. I mean? So February 9th is the definite day that this is going to be found out. So there will be an outcome on February 9th, 10th, or 11th.
Blood. Now, in the event that justice is just unreachable and they find you guilty, what are you facing?
I think it's like 3 months in the probably their little lockup over there. But
you would actually go in for that?
I don't. We'll see. No, I don't know. I don't know. That's a different part of the process then. If there's a guilty verdict and then there's sentencing and stuff, then there'll be fines imposed or whatever the hell happens. If there's any kind of arrangement for probation or something like that may happen. I mean, I don't know. That's that is also of yet to tell, because without the verdict, you can't tell that kind of shit.
Well, if I end up going, I definitely, if there's a not guilty, I will be on the news that night because I'll stand up in the courtroom and tell the judge off. Absolutely. I have no problem telling a judge off in their own courtroom. Well, contempt of court, give me a week. I'll take my vacation.
Well, at least my first week will be in there with somebody I know. So
yeah, we'll have fun. We'll get chi-chis together. We'll be doing good.
Ooh, chi-chis in a while.
You're going to jail. Don't say chi-chis.
Hey-oh.
So anything else going on up in Parma lately? You haven't gone out cop-blocking lately just because of all this, right?
Yeah, well, not just because of all this, but I mean, yeah. I haven't been out much just to make sure I don't need to be stacking any more charges on top of whatever it is that they are going to do to me in the first place. So, it's bad enough as it is right now. It's not, I don't want to say bad. Bad's the wrong word, but it's serious enough as it is right now. I mean, you have to take these kinds of things seriously because it is a serious threat to your freedom.
I absolutely disagree with you. I take this not seriously at all, and when I go to court, I can't wait to wear my Copblock shirt in the courtroom.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't taken it seriously up until this point. I mean, you know, the first time I had everybody and their mother telling me the first time I went that you know, not to wear a bandana, not to wear a hat, not to wear jeans, not to wear shorts, not to wear this, not to wear that. I'm like, dude, are we doing anything today, or are we going to be here for 5 minutes and leave? Because if we're going to be here for 5 minutes and leave, I'm not going to get all fucking dressed up for that. You know, right. So I mean, I've been getting dressed up for this judge and everything for 2.5 years already, or however long it's been, and you know, nothing's happened yet. So February 9th, I'll have to get actually dressed up, and because this is when it's supposed to actually be happening. I'd be pissed off if I get all dressed up for nothing.
Yeah, I say all these jokes, but when I go to court, I probably will. We have a decent legal team that's going to be defending us on our case, so I think the lawyer might frown upon me turning it into a spectacle. But we're
Probably.
Break,
they all do.
Back. We will be jumping right into Dio's story that he mentioned out of Denver.
The biggest gang in Denver. Denver police.
Copblock Radio.
Scumbag criminals. So that's it. We're out.
We're going out now.
Okay.
You should play that all to the end, man. Copblock Radio, Copblock Radio, Copblock Radio. Are we out now? If we're still on, then this is you're way off.
No, we're not on. We're on here. I was actually gonna suggest that we do this because the YouTube stream don't hear the commercials. So during the commercials, I'm going to play them. So
sounds good.
I need.
Well, that's fine. But wait, before you do that, let me first say that you should. Like the music will play on our way out, but you should talk all the way until we're out. We shouldn't hear music and know us talking on the out. On the in, it's one thing, but on the out, it should be us talking all the way up to the end.
There are systems in place to make people think that there's something special about their armed gang. To make them not...
That was good how you took it, though.
Uniforms. They've got robes. They've got courtrooms. They've got this aura. They've got flags. They've got pledges of allegiance. They run the schools. They run the roads. They're everywhere. So you think that they're supposed to be there. They've been there since you've been born, so they must always have to be there. Well, that's not true. They're an organized gang of criminals. You know how I know they're criminals? Because they're using force on people, and that's wrong. It's just wrong to force people to do things.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTF for a $5 discount.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way.
You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring Simon to the rally.
Walk with me.
Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa. Hey. Who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video or audio allowed in this.
No, I have work today. You ain't gonna make me wait long now. Wait a minute.
The other road.
Whoa. Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable! Why are you running from me? Because you're scared of me. What am I being detained for? You're being served. What is this? You're being served. What is this?
Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
You can connect with the Liberty Radio Network via our Facebook page at facebook.lrn.fm. That's facebook.lrn.fm.
We're back on Copblock Radio. What's with the echo? Okay, never mind. So we're back. Steven Talley arrested twice for bank robberies he didn't commit. Unbelievable story. In his own words, because this is a submission to copblock.org via the submission tab. On the evening of September 15th, 2014, at approximately 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, I was awoken from sleep by an individual at my door claiming he hit my car. I went out in my underwear and t-shirt. The guy pointed me to the lower panel of my driver's side door. When I started looking down where I was directed, flash grenades were denoted in my face. The Denver SWAT team ran to me and threw me down on the ground, zip-tied me, and then beat and kicked me while I was restrained and totally defenseless. Seconds before the beating, one of the officers said, "So you like to fuck with my brothers in blue?" At the end of the beating, another said, "Don't fuck with the biggest gang in Denver." I sustained 4 broken ribs on my right side, a broken sternum, significant injuries to my groin and leg, 4 ruptured discs in my lower back, 2 cracked teeth from one of the officers literally standing on my face. And as you'll see in the news report, I had an airtight alibi. I was actually working at the time as a financial professional. The Denver police didn't even use the fingerprint evidence they collected to be used in comparison exam should a suspect be developed. This case is crazy, man. Hey, you guys have heard of this or no? Did you read this
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, I was able to see this when it first went up and read it.
I mean, the guy ends up being homeless, and then they go and attack him again. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely no chill by the Denver Police Department. You can tell that they 100% have it out for this man, and that is just, it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. It's just retaliation. Well, first it's just retaliation for being a cop blocker, and then it turns from retaliation to just straight up, going straight after him and attacking. I mean, there's retaliation and there's attacking, and this is attacking.
And
I'm happy he made it out alive. That's
true. That's true, and that's only the first time. This happened to him again. They accused him of robbing a second bank. This time they said that the FBI. This time they said that the FBI facial recognition technology proved that Talley was the man in the surveillance video of the second bank robbery. Only one problem: he's got a mole on his face. Guess what? The facial recognition, no fucking mole. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you talking to me? Do you understand? I mean, like, not only does it throw the whole case into question, but also the facial recognition software, which, I mean, I know people that have been saying has been no good for fucking since the beginning, right?
Well,
So,
if I remember right, for the second robbery, wasn't he actually at a food bank at that point when the robbery was supposed to take place, and they had a witness for him?
Yeah, because thanks to all the other shit that he had to go through, he was totally homeless. He lost everything, and then now they want to put him through it again. And it turns out he was like handing out food to homeless people in a shelter when this other second bank robbery also occurred. That the facial recognition software said was definitely him.
So he's out being homeless, but being a good Samaritan while being homeless, and the Denver police decide, you know what, fuck this guy, screw this guy, let's go after him, and they get him again. I mean, the lawsuit that he has is astronomical when it comes through. I just hope that after he files it, they don't go and they don't find him in a ditch somewhere, because it seems like what they're going
like John
for.
Lang.
Yeah, we have that story today. We're going to be talking about later.
Crazy.
I mean, now it's not even that they might target you to throw you in a jail cell. Now you might end up actually dead.
It's they can't just have their ass kicked and go home and lick their wounds and have a beer and shut up. They have to come back in retaliation. That's part of the thing that drives me nuts about the police is because they're all like that. They all have that mentality of, well, if you beat me this time, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I don't think that the people who think that police need to be paid for and will willingly pay for them want that type of service for what they're paying for. I mean, right. I think they want to be protected and they want to have these certain, there's certain things that they do want the police to do if they were going to be forced to pay them. But there's certain things that they don't want them doing. And I really don't think that they want them going after people in vendetta fashion. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's just like, oh, well, you kicked my ass, so let me come back and shoot you now. I mean...
Now, I just posted a link onto the Copblock Radio page on Facebook of this story. So if anybody wants to go there and check this out, there's a video that goes along with it. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dio, this is the video where they actually say we are the biggest gang in Chicago or in Denver, right?
What was that?
Is this video that's attached to the article, is that the one where they say don't mess with the biggest gang?
No, that's just a news report that tells the whole story, yeah. But yeah. It's just crazy, man.
Well, it's so sad because not only did this man have his life basically ruined by this, but then you just see the mentality of the cops in general. I mean, cops today, they think they can do anything because at the end of the day they go, well, what are you going to do? Call 911? All you're doing is just calling people, calling my brothers. So they think they're invincible, and it's just that's why people are getting hurt because the accountability just isn't there.
I mean, that to me, more than the targeting this guy twice, the statement of this officer, don't mess with the biggest gang. I mean, come on. How is this officer even on the force anymore?
Are you kidding me? He's probably
going to get a promotion. Are these guys on the force? Is there a follow-up to this? Are these guys suspended? Is there anything happening with this, or is this guy just...
Let's be real, Severin. Look at any other time that this happens. Those men all got promotions, most likely.
Yeah, those men all got promotions to move to a different area because they don't want the attention. It's despicable to me. I mean, these people are public servants. They're paid by us to do a service for us, and they have this mentality where they can do what they want. And there was proof right there, a quote from a cop. Biggest gang.
Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Well, moving right along to the other. Let's go back to the eastern side of the country now, right? What do you got going on in Pittsburgh over there?
Well, this is a story about Sergeant Steven Malkovich. It actually happened last year outside of Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There was a high school championship football game, and it was being played on November 28th. Well, 19-year-old Gabriel DePrez was attending, and basically he was leaving the game and was approached by some of the security guards that worked there. I'm just going to read a little bit of this. This assault was caught on camera. Pittsburgh cop shoving a teen down to the ground twice, then punching him a few times before handcuffing him, which led to criminal charges against Officer Malkovich. Well, what ended up happening is the judge takes a look at this, the DA takes a look at this video, and they decide to not only drop the charges against Malkovich, which were just simple assault charges, mind you, but then they decide to file aggravated assault charges against the 19-year-old who was assaulted in the video, Mr. DePrez.
We are going to a commercial break. We will be back with more of this story, and in the meantime, if anybody wants to go to Copblock Radio Facebook page, we will post the video that we are discussing right now. We will be right back with lots of great more stories. Oh, Copblock Radio.
Woo!
And we're out.
Cool.
The outro is 30 whole seconds. It's hard to keep up with it.
Well, you have to, okay? I'm telling you have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I like the idea of putting the story we're talking about on the Facebook page too. That's a good way to get them across. But you should still, you got to put them still in the post or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to listen to old shows and listen to how Derek used to do it, because he's a fucking master at that shit. That's what I miss about him. And see, he could fucking direct the show, man.
You can't afford to wait.
Call 800-917-8251. 800-917-8251. 800-917-8251.
Currency is too important a thing to be left in the hands of government bureaucrats, especially when billions of dollars can be created with the swipe of a pen. Overstock.com supports the cryptocurrency movement because it returns the power of an inflation-proof money to the people where it belongs. Did you know that you can use Bitcoin to pay for anything Overstock.com sells while enjoying free on orders of 0.211 Bitcoin or more? If you support freedom in the cryptocurrency movement, you should support Overstock.com.
Showed a violent confrontation that led the charges being
Free
filed
Press
against
Publications
the
is an
police
independent,
officer.
alternative
Right now,
publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper, FPP News, at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media, and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free, at apps.lrn.fm.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on doing the Backstage project and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amped is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip-in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
Welcome back.
So, okay, what we were at was we were talking about this story outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Hang on, one quick second. I'm gonna put the video up on the page for you guys, and go ahead and continue with what you were just saying.
Okay, so where we left off was the fact that he had been, or that Mr. DePries had been approached by these security guards. Well, as he was about ready to leave, unfortunately the security guards had already called in for backup, which brought Mr. Steven Malkovich in. Well, anyways, how this whole thing went down was, he's arrested, was, beaten, and this is what he was claiming, and this is what his lawyers were claiming. Well, in the official report, the officer says DePries stepped on his back leg and basically bladed his body slightly and appeared to have clenched fist and then rocked onto the balls of his heels. That's a very common thing that cops like to say that suspects did before they beat the crap out of this. Well, here's the problem. He didn't know that this was on video, and wrote this before he ever saw it. Well, the district attorney, and also the district justice, who would be Robert Ravenstall, ended up siding with the cop, although all of this is on video evidence. So they drop the charges against the cop and then turn around and decide to file the aggravated assault charges against him. Now, I want to go ahead and say, let's take a look at this video and see if anybody sees any of what was in that report.
All right, I have the video up now. There's no audio for the video because it's a surveillance video.
So
yeah, but it's okay. You can see what's going on. We can tell people what's going on.
What we just saw at the very beginning is the officer two-handed shoved this guy in the chest and knocked him to the ground right away. That's the first thing that occurred. And then it was just wailing.
As he was standing there with his hands in his pockets, he wasn't like doing anything. He was just standing there with his hands in his pockets. And it seemed to me what I saw was that the security guards were pointing, like, say, I don't know, if they're standing, facing north, then they would be like pointing west or something like that, right? So they were like doing that as if to tell him to move along. And then that's when I saw the cop just go ahead and knock him on his ass with two hands, and then jump on him and start beating him when the other three cops start holding him and shit. So it's, it's really bad.
This guy's number one mistake was admitting he was anything.
Yeah.
They just said, the report just said that he said he was drunk, and that's when they initiated the charges against him after that. So it looks like this is the whole...
Yeah, that's basically what... Yeah.
He just wails on this guy.
Yeah, he for no damn reason.
He's not doing anything.
And instead of the other ones coming over to help him out and try to get this maniac cop off of him, they go in and try to hold him prone so that he can get a better shot at him.
Yeah,
this piece of garbage. That was just disgusting. What that guy just said, for the viewers who couldn't hear the video, he just claimed that the officer acted correctly by protecting all those around him by disabling this man. That's what the lawyer for the police, or is that the police union lawyer that just claimed that?
Probably. They all got union lawyers, don't they?
Yeah, the first guy that it showed was the district attorney, who basically just comes on and proceeds to blow the cop, and take every sort of opportunity he can to just make him seem as good as possible. And then, just two-handed just shoves the crap out of him. The dude's doing nothing wrong. And then they just start wailing on him. It just starts wailing.
He's got his hands up trying to stop himself from being punched in the face.
And what do these security guards do? They push him towards the cop that's beating him. Like, it makes me sick, man. It makes me sick. And the fact that he's not charged with any sort of assault, but just for trying to defend himself and not be punched in the face. No hands were thrown, no kicks were thrown, nothing. But he's being charged with aggravated assault for assault on an officer. What the hell did he do? What did he do?
Fell down.
He fell down and got his ass kicked.
He got blood on their uniforms.
I've seen a fight like that in my life on the schoolyard with bullies. Like, honest to God, that was a schoolyard brawl right there, and he just sucker punched the weaker of the two.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh boy.
Well, moving right along.
That was honestly hard to watch. I mean, the guy. As one human being looking at someone being assaulted like that, how do you stand around and just do nothing?
Because you also have a badge, and you also feel like you have that authority and power.
That's the unfortunate truth.
Oh, jeez.
Crazy, man.
Well, is there anything else on this story you guys want to hit on?
I think we covered everything on it. Best of luck to Mr. DeFreeze. I hope that he beats these charges and honestly gets, compensation for what we just witnessed, because he was beaten for no reason. So best of luck to him.
Well, we'll certainly know. We'll keep up with the story, and we'll have the follow-ups and all that too. So when we know, you'll know.
Well, since we have a few minutes to kill, I want to throw in an honorable mention to somebody.
Here we go.
What?
Let's hear it.
I have an honorable mention here. I
like Betty White too. Okay, we don't have to talk about her every episode.
No, come on now.
Roseanne myself.
This wasn't even the show. This just happened in the last week, and I don't know if you had heard about it. I know you did, Matt.
Yeah.
But there was a viral video went around not long ago of First Amendment audit, and the federal employees called the local department in, and the local department didn't violate rights. This was a stand-up guy. He came out. It's a Georgia deputy, and he says, that's your constitutional right, and he pretty much just laughs at the feds that hey, you have rights to do. I'm here to protect your rights, not violate them. And
I wish I could remember his name. He just passed away.
I have the story up in front of me. His name is Robert I don't want to butcher his name.
Here we go.
Guthrie. Guthrie of the Lowndes County.
How did you think you were going to butcher that?
I don't know.
That's
like 6 letters, and they all kind of work together. Hooked on Phonics did not work for Severin.
I have a public school education. This is not,
education level high.
It's not like it was Stoyanovich or something. I mean,
well, I just wanted to give him an honorable mention because this cop was mentioned before. There was this article was written about him, and he just passed away in this last week.
Honestly,
my heart goes out to the family, and when you see an actual guy that's not a cop, he's a person. This guy was relating to everybody on a personal level, and since he's passed away, this has been proven because everybody's coming forward now saying he came to our house and helped us. He did this. He did it. This is the kind of guy that gives his shirt off his back. He took public service to heart, and we need more cops like this, and it's a shame that this guy passed away.
You gonna cry? You gonna cry, Sever?
Oh,
well, he was a decent cop, he wasn't doing it in the sense of trying to get a public approval. It's not like he went and spent 8 hours fixing a pipe at a Java shop. So he was a decent cop, and he wasn't doing it to get to make things look better for him. He was out there, actually just doing his job and following his oath. And when they follow their oath, I know personally I've got little wrong with them. So
I agree. Well, we're going to be coming right back with a special guest tonight. Our episode's called Welcoming New Copblockers, and we have a special surprise for everybody listening. Brand new Copblock group being launched as of this week.
Oh, that's exciting.
We'll be interviewing the guy running the group, and we'll be talking about all the things happening with him. And we're out.
We're really out, or we're out?
Feels like a soft out.
No, we're really out.
Okay. I don't know why, man, but I had to bring up Betty White.
Like an out-of-town premiere.
Let me tell you, I thought she passed away last week. I was upset. I just found out I was a victim of another celebrity death.
I have a Snickers bar.
It's out of reach.
Well, now you have that 911 3 times before police kill him story if we happen to run short.
Are we pulling Rick in now?
Yeah, I was just gonna shoot him the link right now.
Hopefully he's as vocal as he was Monday.
He better be. He's got a whole segment.
Yeah. Just talk shit on the Yankees. He'll get fired up. Oh, no. You know what? No, it wasn't the Yankees. It was Elvis. Elvis gets him fired up. And Michael Jackson. No, Michael Jackson. That was it. It's Michael Jackson that gets him fired up.
It's saveatpurse.com.
I have a problem picturing
Instead
Rick
of just
fired
listening,
up.
you can also watch. See the Liberty Radio Network's key New Hampshire-based
What's going on, Dio? What's going on, Matt? Sev?
LRN.FM. Plus, you'll still be able to
You guys can hear me?
work via the cam feed in high quality 24/7, even no live show being produced in the studio.
Right.
But wait, there's more. Our chat room is built into the cam page so you can interact with other listeners online. Listen, watch, and chat, all free at cam.lrn.fm. That's cam.lrn.fm.
Are you an experienced Uber or Lyft driver with excellent ratings? If so, then you're ready to upgrade to Arcade City. Arcade City is a ride-sharing app built by drivers for drivers. It's more decentralized than Uber and Lyft. With Arcade City, you keep all of what you earn. Sign up now to drive for Arcade City at arcade.freetalklive.com. That's arcade.freetalklive.com.
The
Rick,
three
check
most
your
important
Facebook.
things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at AMP.
Not ready for that yet.
You likely buy all kinds of things online. Amazon is the largest online retailer. You can get what you need at the same great prices, and LRN gets a cut. Please do your online shopping at shop.lrn.fm.
Money, power, and respect are all yours at creditsuccessrevealed.com. Be seen as an industry leader. You can do it. The last application you filled out, time to
Is
submit.
Josh doing commercial work now?
You didn't get the approval you seek. But there's a better way. We teach you exactly what to place into the
Josh
right
doing voiceovers?
way.
Sounds like him.
So you get approved. Get up to $100,000 in instant business credit. Many people will get cash on the spot. Use those two tools in your new corporate credit engine so you can walk into the bank and get your project funded today. It's all about today at creditsuccessrevealed.com. Credit Success Secrets Revealed is explosive and ignites instant results. Dial 1-800-707-8719. That's 1-800-707-8719.
How long the commercial is?
1-800-707-8719.
You'll know. He'll bring us back in.
Just go to creditsuccesssequencerevealed.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
Welcome back to Copblock Radio, baby.
Woo!
You know, you talk about an honorable mention. I got an honorable mention for you. How about the Free State Project coming up with their 20,000 signers?
That's so
They
exciting.
are
Oh, yeah,
100% to their goal, so let's see what happens now, eh?
Hey, I am so excited. I have my bags packed. I have
All my bags are packed and I'm ready to go.
I'm not even kidding. I want to move out there so bad. If I could convince my wife to go, we'd be gone already.
Come on, honey, let's pick up and move.
My only thing holding me back was that we were the only cop block group in the area, and now we're not, thanks to our guest tonight. What's up, Rick? How you been?
I've been doing good. Can't complain. I'm still alive, you know. Woke up this morning. So.
Rick,
Have you been contacted by the government?
Oh, yes, I have.
All right. You want to tell us about it, or you want to...
Well, yeah, I was out doing just narrating, just walking around narrating stuff about the recent events that's been going on in Allentown with the parking authority and them getting indicted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So I tried to get some comments for some parking authorities that was all out there giving out tickets left and right.
Did you do any Robin Hooding while you were out there?
No.
But he did do some great stuff. The video he has is fantastic.
Rick, are you familiar with what Robin Hooding is?
Not really. That's why I didn't come back on it.
I told you about it the one day, about the group that goes out and stops the parking authority from giving tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to do that one of these days.
You go ahead of them and you
fun to me.
Yeah, you go ahead of them and you put quarters in the meters that they're about to give people tickets for.
I would love to do that one day. Let's set up an event and do that. I would love to do that out here in Allentown.
I didn't set up an event or anything like that. I just do it myself whenever I get the chance.
If I had a quarter in my pocket and saw them about to ticket somebody, I'd throw it in the meter.
Yeah.
The Robin Hooders brought it to a whole new level. They got sued.
I've done it in Cleveland. I've done it in Toledo. I've done it in New Hampshire. You know.
I'll try to
Pretty
do it
fun.
out here in Allentown, see what happens.
It's amazing on how butthurt they get when you start playing with their revenue stream.
Yeah, right.
Well, you see what they did to the Robin Hooders.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with this recent snowstorm, actually, Allentown, there was this article in the paper that said Allentown gave $80,000 worth of parking tickets during the snowstorm. Talk about taking advantage of the system. I mean, come on, $80,000.
$80,000, and this was a snowstorm that shut down the city for 4 days straight. They had roads on the side roads that they were putting parking tickets out for, and the actual road itself still had 3.5–4 feet of snow sitting in it. These people couldn't move their cars, but they could definitely get ticketed because of it. But it's not there. You know, none of the snow removal was actually happening.
The snow removal never did happen in some neighborhoods. I was just down Rick's Way earlier tonight. If it weren't for the weather warming up, that snow would all still be there. They didn't plow anything.
Yep.
That town is ridiculous with it. I can't believe that they left the streets like that because you can't drive through. 2 cars can't fit down the street right now because there's so much snow everywhere.
So Rick, being that you're new to the family and everything, and getting yourself out there and doing what you're doing, why don't you tell us about what you do on an average day for Copblocking?
Well, average day, I get up and I drink my coffee. I wake myself up. Get my phones ready, fully charged, and I go out for my usual walk to catch police. Well, not catch police, but to observe them and make sure they're on a straight and narrow and not misbehaving. So,
now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that he is out there at least six days out of the week. He goes, sometimes 7. He goes out and makes this walk. And, he's out there, not only just protecting people's rights, because he's got some videos where he's done some stops, but he's also directly, engaging these officers and, letting them know that what they're doing is just not right. I mean, your last video, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, my last video this past week, as I was saying before, I was trying to look for a comment from a parking authority. I approached one and he avoided me, so I began to go by the area by the county jail, and the police station, Allentown Police Station, is right next door to it. So I started narrating how these public officials are allowed to have free parking, and the rest of the community has to pay tickets.
Now, were you live streaming at this point?
No, I was not. I was just there, just with my other camera. And I spotted a state trooper in the parking lot. He didn't look like he was there on official business. He looks like he was just there, mingling with the other public officials that worked at the jail, I guess. So I stopped and I started recording him. As he finished mingling or speaking with the other public officials, he drives out of the parking lot. He pulls next to me. He starts asking me, "What am I doing?" He asked me twice, "What am I doing?" At this point, I remained silent. I did not respond, not whatsoever. As I did that, he pulls up in front of the stop sign. He sits there about 10 minutes. He made other cars behind him make a U-turn and drive the other way because he did not leave, the stop sign area. He was basically blocking traffic. Then he decides to go across the alley, make a U-turn, and start watching me. So at this point, I said, okay, I already see this guy's gonna either call the police or try to stop me. Yeah. So I decided to keep walking up towards Hamilton Street by the county jail and stuff. And every time I turned around, he got closer and closer. So I was like, okay, I already know what he's up to. He's
a little red light, green light with the state police.
I want to be clear to the people that are listening.
Mother, may I?
This guy was in a police car on a road full of snow, and it was something like out of a cartoon where every time Rick's camera would look away and look back, this guy was in a spot closer to Rick every single time. It was actually pretty humorous.
Did he contact you, though?
Oh, yes, he did. he decided to call the Allentown Police Department on me for filming. And as I made it on Hamilton Street, I started walking up towards the court area. And I see them come up the other block and, make the turn on Hamilton. And the state trooper's right behind the police car. And he announces on his loudspeaker, hey, he's right there on the left side. And I already knew right then and there they're going to stop me. So I had both phones on record. One of them was live streaming. And
what were you using to live stream?
Oh, Cell 411. I recommend it to everybody that has an Android phone. Download Cell 411.
They got it on
It is free.
That's ISO
free.
as well. Yeah. That's on ISO and Android.
And play the video so you can see what happened when
I can't really play the video right now, but I put a link to your Facebook page on the Copblock Radio show page. And so anybody that can go over there and look at all Rick's videos, but this one in particular is pretty interesting because Rick handled himself very, very well. And
I mean, this sounds like a nightmare case from like you played a little bit of live action Mario World 3.
I'll tell you this.
You
I'm
were
trying to
playing
play
with
the
ghosts.
video, see if I could do it.
No, Rick, we're not playing it.
All right.
You can't see video on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So
that's the thing.
So as I started recording, he also asks me what I'm doing, and I tell him, I'm just doing a basic story about the federal indictment on the parking authority. So he goes, okay, what are you live streaming with? I tell him Cell 411. And at this point, I hear another police car pull up behind me. As I'm still engaging the officers, from the corner of my eye. In snow. In the so as I hear him walk up to me, like I greet every officer. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he responds.
They're a persistent bunch.
Hey, he goes, he happens to go, hey, what's going on, bud? So.
Well, we're about to be up to the end of your segment, Rick. But I really wanted to make sure everybody knows exactly where to find you. It's Allentown Cop Block on Facebook, and it's also Allentown Cop Block on YouTube. Rick is out there every single day, and I can't speak highly enough of Rick. Seriously, Rick called me about 4 or 5 months ago out of the blue. He got my number off of Facebook from the Cop Block group, and he said he wants to get involved. And ever since that day, he has been fully dedicated to cop blocking. He's a good guy. He knows, and he took it upon himself to learn his rights, which I respect more than anything. He came in not knowing much, other than he wanted to hold police accountable. And stemming from that, he is now leading up a cop block group that is foot patrolling Allentown and holding them accountable daily. Thank you for your service, Rick. Allentown Cop Block on Facebook. We'll be right back after the commercial break with another guest from another new Cop Block group.
Also, don't forget to catch Rick on Monday nights on Oath Accountability Live.
We'll be right back. All right, Rick, thank you. Sorry to cut you off. We were coming to a commercial break.
I was about to say it was Bush.
Yeah, sorry, we really didn't have time. You got a 10-minute segment. We had to blow through it, but... all right, thank you, Rick. We will.
Thanks.
I got to get the next guest in. We will talk after the show.
All right, later.
Schedule another something or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, for now.
Just so you guys know, this is our long commercial break. So if you got a bathroom break or anything you want to take, go do it. I'm gonna play some commercials.
Yeah, I'm gonna go use the restroom then.
Get out.
Just keep the corresponding payment within your means. For your mortgage pre-approval and refi needs, start by visiting VanDykeMortgage.com.
Corporate NMLS 3035. Van Dyke Mortgage is an equal housing lender. Charlie Sundstrom, NMLS 134251.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
This is your Roberts & Roberts Brokerage Daily Precious Metals Update. On Wednesday, gold is down $2 at $1,128 per ounce. Silver is up 14 cents at $14.49 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $372 US. We have plenty of new 2016 Silver American Eagles and Canadian Maple Leaf coins in stock. Get yours at rrbi.co or give us a call at 800-874-9760.
More Copblock Radio is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the
What's up, Amanda?
capital of the world, this is Gerald.
Welcome back. Oh,
She's in and out.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Amanda?
Give me a couple of seconds here. I gotta get myself situated.
Yeah, we have several minutes. There's 6 whole minutes.
Oh, okay, good.
$376.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna join you back in a sec.
Radio station operated by the Islamic State has been fueling concern among Afghans in the nation's southeast that the region is soon to fall to the fledgling the Islamic State affiliate. Reports on Tuesday suggest that the station was destroyed overnight in U.S. airstrikes. Official statements presented the attacks as counter-terrorism operations in the region, and the 46 people killed in the assorted airstrikes were all labeled the Islamic State militants, even though the slain included at least 5 employees at the radio station and 5 others who were internet service technicians for the Islamic State. The radio station of the Islamic State, dubbed the Voice of the Caliphate, broadcasted sermons from the Islamic State religious figures and urged locals to follow Sharia law. The station in Afghanistan also warned locals against contact with the Afghan government. Afghan officials say they believe the site of the strike was not the only home of the radio station and that it was a mobile operation moved around across the Afghan-Pakistan border area to try to prevent infection. For nearly 4 years,
what do you want
Brokerage
us?
has been a trusted source
You want us
for
just to
buying
call you
and
Amanda?
selling precious metals like gold and silver.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bitcoin.
And what's your group again?
And have permanently removed the minimum purchase.
Minnesota Copblock.
Okay, because I want to put a link on the Facebook
Call
page.
Roberts and Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking.
Sorry, I got to the last minute.
874-9760 or visit online at rbi.co. A severe winter storm that blanketed much of the Midwest in snow continued its path eastward Tuesday evening and is expected to bring more snow to regions in the upper Midwest, while tornadoes arrived in the southeast. Forecasters said the tornadoes may have resulted from the same supercell thunderstorm and are unsure whether the same tornado touched down several times or the tornado.
Has anyone seen this movie Trumbo?
Details on injuries in the area that saw tornadoes not immediately known.
No.
Cities hit included Nashville, Tennessee, and
Check it out.
and were listed by the Climate Prediction Center as facing the most substantial tornado risk. Meanwhile, severe snowstorms continue to roll across the Midwest, prompting multiple winter storm watches and warnings by the National Weather Service for parts of 5 states from Kansas to Minnesota. The snow
Really? Because I got El Nino. I got no fucking snow. Can I have some, please?
I-70 and I-20.
You could have had some of the 3 feet we got.
I'll take it.
Were closed due to whiteout conditions.
I got about 3 feet too.
Any electricity was knocked out.
Hey, but you know, all the groundhogs saw their shadow, so spring is apparently around the corner.
Yeah, 9 more months of assholes trying to get your vote.
Yeah.
The temperatures of states.
Just for it all to not make sense, some debacle go on, some voter fraud to happen, and Hillary to get it anyways. So.
Wrong with you. Go right now to thelavaflow.com.
I got another one, man. If you didn't think politics was a fucking game, it all came down to a coin toss.
And Agorist.
Yeah, right.
Today using any podcatcher at thelavaflow.com.
Let me tell you, she's got some luck to pull 6 straight coin tosses. But if you read actually the way that's supposed to go, it's actually whoever gets the coin toss, it's not to decide the winner, it's actually to decide the loser. So she actually lost, and somehow it's pulling out that she won it. If you go back and I think it's like section 26 of the rules, it states that the person who calls it, who, like, you know, if they were to win the toss, they actually lost the coin toss.
Bill Cosby does a famous thing about the coin toss. Check that out. It's pretty funny. We can talk about Bill Cosby now, right? Because he was like found not guilty, so it's cool to like him again.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know, because I kind of feel like it doesn't matter, like whether you love him, you hate him, whether he's innocent or guilty at this point. I still don't think anybody's going to accept a drink from him at a bar anymore.
I would. I'd love Bill Cosby, man.
That was terrible.
I mean, if you want to accept the drink, accept the consequences that come after it. Hey, but you know what though? He's old enough. I think that it'll just remain Jello and a jiggler at that. I don't think it'll get up. So I think you're safe.
I'm telling you, man. I used to listen to him when I was a kid. It was some of the first comedy I ever heard.
He does some really good stand-up, or did some really good stand-up.
From back in the day, for sure. And I'm
calling everybody jive turkeys.
I'm talking about pre fucking himself.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of his old stuff. He was really good.
Coming back in 10 seconds.
All right, you jive turkey.
I'll tell you about the coin toss later.
All right.
Maybe I could even play it.
Little adventures, and a dead daughter would have wanted a $220 million liability settlement.
This is the Onion News Network.
Welcome back. We are back for a second half of Copblock Radio.
It's exciting.
Right by tonight,
What is this, a fucking football game? We gotta go do the second half?
Hey, listen.
I missed the coin toss.
Throw some echo in there if you want.
Oh, don't do it. All I know is that this is a football game. We missed the coin toss.
Imagine if all the history had
number 22, Amanda from Minnesota Copblock.
Could you guys hear that echo?
Yeah, man, it sounded like she got drafted.
Starting at 5'3", small forward.
Coming in,
Amanda.
Woo!
What's up, Amanda? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You're muted, hon. We can't hear you.
You're muted.
Well, all that draw, and then what the hell? Nothing.
So anyways, Amanda's with us. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty with her.
I see her. She's there.
I see her. She's
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
She's got this lovely look of concern on her face as she's talking, and we can't hear her.
Okay, how about
why don't you try dropping out and coming back in, and hopefully that'll work. While that happens, why don't we tell everybody listening a little bit about what she does. Sev?
Yeah, I just put a link up to the Copblock page for Minnesota Copblock, and she has one of the more active groups in the country right now. She has a crew that goes out with her, and they go out independently, and I really enjoy seeing a community like she seems to have over there, where they're very engaged with the activism. Too few and far between you get people who are actually about the cause that will get up off the couch and get out there. So it's really awesome to see her be able to do that and pull people together in that way.
Absolutely.
And she's been running things for a while. I mean, it's...
Okay, well, she's loaded back on, so let's see if you work.
You got something there, Amanda?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There you
we
are.
can hear you now. Awesome.
Welcome to the show.
Cool. I couldn't kill any more airtime.
So, do you know Andrew Henderson at all?
Oh yeah, I absolutely know Andrew. He's a friend of mine.
Good. He
So
does
tell
a lot
us-
of work up there too.
Tell us about what's going on out there. Tell us about you. I mean, I've seen your videos. We hardly ever talk, but I mean, I really love seeing your group out there. You're like one of those tough girls, and I like it.
Let's let her talk. Let's hear about it.
Oh man, well there's so much going on, man. I can't help but to be. Starting with this November, the cops over in my area shot a guy named Jamar Clark. You may have heard of it. A lot of the people here, we ended up occupying the 4th precinct. We're at the police station for like 3 weeks.
There you go.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I guess.
Well, tell me more about that. Hold on a second. You occupied
right.
the police station? Don't just pass over that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, almost a month. It was awesome. There's a huge support from the community, man. People were there. People were donating food. They were building tents. Nobody was leaving.
And nobody got shot, arrested, or beat, right? Nobody got shot, arrested, or beat for doing this, right?
A couple of
There
arrests. Yeah, just some petty, They also shut down 35W, the major freeway. They walked out and just shut down the whole freeway. It was a pretty big deal.
Wow. I'm surprised I don't see it on the news more often.
Yeah, you guys are getting it done out there.
It'll happen, don't worry.
So we're gonna definitely have to hook up with you after the show to teach us how to occupy a police station, because that Matt, what do you think? Allentown Police Station? Let's do it.
Allentown Police Station, maybe over Lehighton State Police, since they love us so much.
Yeah, that'd be great.
They finally raised the occupancy. They basically forced everybody out, and once they did that, they built this huge gate around the entire precinct, right? And we're just thinking to ourselves, wow.
Oh, that's so cute. They made a safe space.
They're building a fence, don't you know?
Bulletproof windows.
Oh, they're like, oh, we're PC, Michigan. Where are you from, bro?
And nobody could get in, of course, so it was a big deal. What's the purpose of even being there? Not helping people.
Yeah, right.
Either.
It's a public building. What if you needed assistance?
Exactly.
So they were literally guarding the police station, not letting anyone in.
Yeah, well, they jailed themselves essentially, which is what they should have done a long time ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on, you accomplished in Minnesota what we've been trying to do for years out here.
Yeah,
you got them to put themselves in jail. They stayed inside, right?
Yeah.
No one was getting tickets.
What are you doing on the 9th?
Yeah. What are you doing on the 9th?
What are you doing on the 9th?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I wish I could travel. But also, a lot of stuff's been going on too. I don't know if you heard recently, Andrew Henderson basically exposed Jeff Ross Pecker. He was going under the pseudonym J.M. Ross, and he was basically trolling a lot of sites. And he put this one quote up, basically, on Martin Luther King Day, encouraging people to run over protesters, basically saying, go ahead and run them over. If you hit one of those idiots, don't worry about it. You can pull over to the side, call the police, and you'll get away with it because they're impeding traffic, blah, blah, something along those lines. And he's on leave now. He's a high-ranking sergeant. He's a vice president of the Fraternal Order of Police, and he's on leave because of Henderson exposing him.
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. They also fired 2 cops from Minneapolis last week. One of them is a guy named Blaine Leher. He's got a lot of, complaints against him. He actually was kicking guys who were handcuffed, and one guy's bone was protruding out the side of his face. He's a 18-year-old kid. He was handcuffed, and so that dude got fired. There's another toolbox. His name is, what the hell is his name? Rod Weber. He was telling the Somali kid basically, if you try to run him, and break your fucking legs, and he got fired. So we're, they're actually part.
So you're actually getting.
You got any left out there, or did you get them all? You get them all fired?
Really getting done out there.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of work left to be done. In fact, tonight there was a city council meeting, and there's people, because our chief, I think she's pretty awesome, because she's actually listening and she's firing staff, and she's doing what she needs to do. But she's kind of in a tough place because you got these union fuckers who are like, they're against everything she's doing, and they can't stand her. But then you got citizens where she's got to be like the face of the police. You know what I'm saying? Because she's the chief. So it's like she's in a real tough place there. She was talking to city council today about whether or not she's going to be keeping her job.
Wow.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, it sounds like you guys not only have some work cut out for you, but you guys are getting it done. With what you guys have taken up thus far, it sounds like you have a pretty good success rate of getting rid of these people who are just not holding their oaths that they took.
Now, do you blog for the main Copblock page?
I did, but I did a couple stories, but I really don't have time for that. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that...
So how does this news get out when you guys accomplish these things?
We have a really active Copblock page. If you go to Minnesota Copblock, I'm always posting stuff on there. I try to keep it all local. You know what I mean? What's going on. I mean, it might not affect you guys, but if you want to keep in touch with what we got going on, then I highly recommend checking it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually just I had already liked the page, but I just upped it to see it first so that I could see everything you guys post because I'm intrigued. I didn't notice a lot of posts from them before, but now I'm gonna have to go back and go look over. Is there video of that occupation?
Oh, hell yeah. I've got some myself. In fact, I can just send you some direct links. You can go to my YouTube page. I don't do a lot on YouTube, but my videos are there that I upload. You might just want to Google my name. I'll tell you. I'll just send you a link or whatever. I don't know how you want to do that, but
yeah, that's fine. You can
we'll put it in the notes. Yeah, we'll put it in the notes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm checking out your page right now. You guys really do have a lot of content on here. Anybody who really wants to take a look at some of the stuff that's going on there, I mean, just pop over. There are stories left and right. I mean, you guys really do have a lot of activity, a lot of local stuff being posted. I like the fact that it's basically all local, local and whatnot. It's really just user. It looks like it's user generated.
It's so cute to watch them grow
up. You got going there.
It's so cute to watch them grow up. Like, this is the first time you ever heard of fucking Minnesota Copblock. Give me a break. Come on.
Well, we are cutting to a commercial, but thank you so much for joining us, Amanda.
I've been following.
We definitely will have you back on. We need to follow up on the stories that you just mentioned. So please, anytime you wish to come on, just let us know. We'll schedule you in because it's been great having you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
We'll be right back with more Copblock Radio. All right, go ahead. We're on a commercial break.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's okay. No, it's nothing. It's my daughter. She just was, like, in the background. She's, like, cheering me on. And she's like, please, I want to be on. I want to be on.
My son's the same way. Well, thank you very much for coming on, Amanda. I didn't mean to cut you off there. When the commercial, I can hear the commercial in my headset. So when it starts coming on, I have to cut it off.
No problem.
But yeah, definitely we'll be in touch. We got to have you on more often.
Oh, okay, absolutely. Let me know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You too. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Referee comes out and he introduces the two team captains, and then he flips a coin. Captain Harbers, this is Captain Sobers. Captain Sobers, this is Captain Harbers. Call the toss there, Captain Harbers. Captain Harbers called heads. It's tails. You lose the toss, your team wins. What will you do, Captain? Now he'll do whatever is to his advantage. We won't receive. We won't receive. All right, Jim. This team here will receive. They will receive. And what will these guys do? They will kick off. They will kick off. All right? This team here will kick off. They will kick off. All right? Now, I was thinking that perhaps what would happen, suppose way back in history if you had a referee before every war and a guy called a toss. Let's go to the Revolutionary War. Okay. Captain Harvard to the British, this Captain Sobers to the settlers. Captain Sobers to the settlers, Captain Harvard to the British. Call a toss there, British. British call heads. It's tails. You lose the toss, British settlers win. What we do, settlers? All right, the settlers say that during the war, they will wear any color clothes that they want to, shoot from behind the rocks, the trees, and everywhere. Says your team must wear red and march in a straight line. Or else you have, like, the Indians and the cavalry. See, referees, same referee. Captain Custer, this is Captain Sitting Bull. Captain Sitting Bull is Captain Custer. Call the toss, Cuss. He calls heads, it's tails. You lose the toss, huh? What will you do there, Sip? All right, Captain Sitting Bull says that you and your boys got to wait down at the bottom of the hill while him and all the Indians in the world ride right down on you.
What is that?
That's Bill Cosby. That's an old school stand-up he did.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was funny.
Oh no, you gotta check out some of his old stuff.
No, that was pretty funny. I gotta go check out some Bill Cosby stand-up now.
He does another one with Superman. He's like, imagine Superman He's going in the street and whatnot. He's like, and he picks up something with a super hearing or whatnot. Quickly, he ducks in a phone booth. He's changing his clothes there, and quickly a cop comes up. He's like, what are you doing in the phone booth? I'm changing clothes, officer. I can see that. You can't change your clothes. He goes, it's okay. I'm Superman. He goes, right. Bring a wagon in, Charlie. He says, he says, no, really, I'm telling you, I'm Superman. Can't you see this red S on my chest? He's like, right, and I'm going to give you a red S and a black eye if you don't come out of that phone booth.
That would have been a good one to play.
There's a bunch of them, man. I mean,
yeah.
He's got, like I said, those.
Yeah, a lot of.
My old man had that shit on record and gave it to me on vinyl and shit, and I had a record player and I had to listen to it on a record.
Yeah, he really did have some good stand-up back in the day, that's for sure.
Hell yeah. Tonsils, chicken heart. Fucking special class.
We're coming back.
Okay.
Welcome back. It was really good having Amanda on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe I didn't notice Minnesota Copblock before, honestly, because there are over 100 Copblock groups out there. Theo, do you know the actual count at this point?
No, I don't know the actual count, but it's well over 100. There's if you go to copblock.org/groups, it'll take you. You can find whatever group is closest to you. I'm pretty sure that all 50 states are represented.
Oh, absolutely. There are.
Plus, well, there's Canada and Europe and Israel and there's a bunch of other ones too. So yeah, awesome. It's everywhere. So
Copblocking coming to you worldwide.
Worldwide.
Every day. I mean, just added a new group a couple days ago, the Allentown Copblock group. So every single day, it's just more and more stuff coming up.
And if you're going to be doing copblocking and stuff, don't forget to come and get your gear, man. Come out to copblock.org/store, baby. We got all the gear that's fit to use to do all your copblocking in. Shirts, hats, T-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies. We got badges for you, pins, handout materials, whatever you need.
And speaking of the Copblock store, on the Monday show, on my Monday show, we started something I would like to bring on over to here. So everybody listening, I'm one of the co-founders of an organization called the Oath Accountability Project, and over there, what we're doing is basically we want to see you guys out cop-blocking. So take pictures of yourselves and send it to us on Facebook at Oath Accountability Project on Facebook. Now, we're going to run this for the next 3 weeks with your submissions, with your photos. The one that we like the most, we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to take a shirt of your choosing from the Copblock store, and we're going to send it straight to you. So, like I said, it's Oath Accountability Project on Facebook. Come give us a like, drop your photo there, and 3 weeks from last Monday, we are going to pick a winner and get your information and send it out to you.
Well, good luck with your contest.
And good luck to everybody who participates.
Yeah, I actually just ran a
good submission.
The contests are great to get people engaged. I just ran a little meme contest on Lehigh Valley Copblock's page, and the winner got a bumper sticker and some handouts and a bracelet. So people like it. I mean, and
I got first hooked up.
It's how the message is getting spread too, because everybody that puts a bumper sticker on their car, a lot of people never heard of Copblock, so they see the bumper sticker and they go check it out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna jump into a story now. There's a story out of NBC Chicago originally reported on it. I actually wrote this up for Copblock.org this past week, and the title of the story is "Man Calls 911 3 times before the police kill him." And I thought that was the end of what I was going to be writing up, but when I looked it up, there was an update to the story. Right? There was an update that is just so bizarre. So I'm going to go ahead and just read this whole thing to you because it's not that long. Newly released 911 tapes reveal that a 19-year-old Chicagoan, I don't know that word.
Yeah, that one threw me off too.
Chicagoan, shot by police last December 26, called 911 3 times the minutes prior to his shooting, begging for them to come out. Quentin Laguerre was shot 6 times by police in a fusillade of bullets that also left a neighbor, Betty Jones, fatally wounded. So they killed him and his neighbor. While Laguerre's father claimed he was being threatened by his son, the call reveals that it was actually the son who called police first, imploring them to come to the father's house where he insisted his life was being threatened. Frankly, it's outrageous and offensive behavior by the dispatchers, said attorney Bilios, whoever he is, who represents Laguerre's father. It's not something that's appropriate. The 911 tapes reveal that Quintero Laguerre was the first to call police at 4:18 a.m. I need an officer at 4710 West Erie Street, he said. What's wrong, replies the operator. I just need an officer over here, okay? No, it don't work like that, the dispatcher says. What's your emergency? Eventually, he's informed that he might have to speak to a police officer on the phone. Laguerre declares, someone is threatening my life. But that call terminates. Laguerre calls back, talks to a new dispatcher, and then again the call terminates. In his third call to yet another dispatcher, he goes on for more than 2 minutes. I have an emergency. Someone's threatening my life. But during the remainder of the call, it was incomprehensible, and the dispatcher is audibly frustrated. Are you going to send the police or not? Laguerre asks. Are you going to answer my question? The dispatcher replies. I'm talking to you. If you can't answer my question, how do you expect me to assist you? Arriving police officers shot Laguerre and Jones near the building's front door. At that point, the details become murky.
Of course.
An official medical examiner's report suggests the shots were fired in the hallway. Both Flores and the attorney, Sam Adams, say that he believes the physical evidence suggests the officers fired from the curb. Every single employee of the city of Chicago Quintero encountered reacted improperly, Flores said, either by hanging up on him or by shooting him in the back. Sharon Farrelly, the new administrator of the Independent Police Review Authority, said in a statement that Quintero Laguerre first
Steven Freeman, name butcher, ladies and gentlemen, just in case anybody wants to write in and give them a shout out there for butchering their name. That's who you want to talk to.
All night long. All night long.
We have interviewed several important witnesses, Farrelly said. However, there is still much to be done, and we will continue to provide information and updates. Blah, blah, blah. I'll skip ahead a little bit. The Office of Emergency Management and Communications said in a statement that call takers are required to ask specific questions to determine the nature of the event, determine if such a request warrants an emergency response, and dispatch proper resources. Call takers follow specific protocols and may only terminate a call at last resort. Disciplinary proceedings are underway for the call taker who handled the call at 4:18 a.m. and for not following proper procedure. The statement continues, in an absolutely insane move, the officer that shot the man just added the greatest icing to the cake here. He filed a lawsuit against the victim's family for emotional distress. They are not even pretending to care anymore.
Like that idiot that the one cop, he pepper sprayed all the protesters and he sued and got money for his emotional distress. Oh, my pussy hurts.
Oh,
somebody compensate me, please.
I acted egregiously and the public doesn't like it.
Unbelievable, man.
Well, I mean, it's a mess from beginning to end. I mean, if somebody calls 911 and they're saying send the police, they might not be in.
Sorry, we're cutting to a commercial break right now, but we will be right back with more of this story, and we have a few more stories to get to tonight. So be sure to stay tuned in on Copblock Radio. We will
Copblock
be right
Radio.
back. Boom.
Dude, you wrote this. You wrote this story, and you can't even say dude's name.
I know, right?
Like I'm scrolling down, and I'm reading this. I get to the end, I'm like, wait, written by Steven Freeman. I was like, wait, what, bro?
Dude, I don't need to know how to pronounce it to be able to write his name out. I don't know.
Yeah, but you could just take the.
Not
take
like
it
his
and
name's
have,
Matt, dude.
Yeah, but you could just take this and go to Google Speak and just put it in, hit enter, and it will say the name.
Yeah, right. Like that. Like that's trustworthy. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you know what? It has a better.
My phone
it has
can't
a better
even
shot.
My phone can't even tell me the proper fucking name of my phone contacts. You're telling me that Google is going to be able to pronounce some fucking exotic Greek name? I don't think so, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it has a better shot than the butchery that came out of Severin's mouth. At least it'll try to read it phonetically.
Well, that's what you got to try to do.
Severin's adding like 6 letters a name in. Oh man, he's got to go clean beer off himself now because he just spit up all over himself. Oh man.
My dad used to tell a story about his friend. His name is John Shuntz. He said, so I said to him one time, I said, oh, I wanted to get his put his contact information into the phone or whatever. So, how do you spell your last name? And he says, SCZHR. He's like, how the fuck do you get Shuntz out of that?
It's a German pronunciation.
Yeah, I know, right?
But you gotta say it nasally or it doesn't sound right.
It's like, dude, can I buy a vowel?
So how covered in beer are you right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, not at all. It almost shot out my nose, though. I was taking a sip right as soon as you said that.
That would have been the second show in a row that something came out your nose on air.
Dude.
Oh, man. At least you caught it this time. That was funny. This is a funny episode tonight. You guys are all getting a treat watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, we have fun on the air.
Yeah, you may want to. You may want to cut out that Bill Cosby thing. They may flag your ass for that.
What, for the copyright?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it was fine.
Yeah, you should be all right.
We're allowed to use experts. Or what's the word?
Experts. Or excerpts.
Excerpts. Yeah, that's it. We're allowed to do that because they the last copyright claim we had, they dropped it because they said that we were allowed to use it.
Yeah, that's not an excerpt though. That's the whole bit.
Because it's a bit from an entire show. So I mean, technically, in the with argument, that is an excerpt.
Where are we going next?
It's all about semantics.
Wherever you want to go.
I want to go to Disneyland.
It sucks that you can't play video.
We have the SLC cop that shot the man with the gun to his head, and then we go to.
And then the Fresno sheriff, right? Caught lying outside the house of a murdered activist. The John Lang.
Where was?
I definitely think we should.
Yeah, that.
I definitely think we should wrap with John Lang.
You want to end with that and go to the police think accountability is laughable?
Because it is for them, yeah.
All right, we're gonna be coming back. We're coming back. We are back. Now or meow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right meow?
Right meow.
Right meow.
Are we back right meow?
Right meow.
Oh, I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as when I first watched that movie.
Yeah.
I was dying.
It was okay. It was
dying. I'm sorry. When he goes cheeseburgers, I fell over dying.
You know what though? That was probably the best documentary I've ever watched. Super Troopers, a real life documentary of police officers.
Littering end, Littering in.
Littering in.
Littering in.
Smoking the reefer.
Smoking the reefer.
Mother of God. Okay, let's move along and stop quoting
Let it go.
movies.
Let it go. Okay. Next.
All right. Well, I guess we'll do stories since that's why we're here.
How about that Salt Lake City shooting, man? That's insane. The guy with the gun to his head and stuff.
Oh, the video that Brandy Hayes recorded.
Yeah, hit that up, man. Do that story.
Where we're at, the police shooting. And is there audio to that video? It's only a minute long, actually.
We can describe it. Why don't you play it and we'll describe it?
Yeah, I mean, but then you got to mute it. It's,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just put it on the page and we'll talk about it.
I can kind of describe what I saw in the video, and what I saw in the video was a guy that was standing against a house who supposedly had a gun to his own head. And then police were standing there, obviously trying to negotiate or whatever, however you want to put it. And a couple seconds later, gunshots ring out. Dude goes down. They shot him. They ran over to him, tried to get him to go over on his stomach and stuff like that. And I mean, he was already shot. So I doubt you have much. I'm assuming you don't have much control, motor function wise. Like, oh hey, yeah, I just got shot 17 times. Let me just flip over for you. I think it's a little bit more difficult than that when you have that many holes in you. But another part of it, the video that's disturbing is like after they shoot him, there's a cop that comes like all Rambo up on the scene with his car and gets in between like where the shooting suspect was and where a person is walking up the street. And he jumps out of his car,
pulls his gun on him and puts him to the ground. Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
And the guy is just walking down the street. I don't even think the guy walking down the street is even aware of what the hell just happened. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he had police have his guns drawn on him because he happened to be walking by the scene of where they just fucking murdered somebody.
Now,
I
is
always
there anything in the story about
It's a graphic video.
Yeah, really.
Is there anything in the story about what the source of the video is? Is it a dash cam or is it somebody standing there?
No, it's actually somebody sitting in a car, because at the end of the video you see him he drives off. And I mean, I say film the police anytime you can, but that officer, let's just call him Rambo, when he pulls up and pulls a gun getting out of the car on the guy walking up, I don't blame this guy for driving off. I mean, cops pulling up and he's just watched somebody just get riddled full of holes. Now watches a cop pull up all Rambo style, pull a gun on somebody else for standing what is essentially like 50 yards away from the scene. Yeah, I'd have probably bounced the hell out of there too, because I don't want to be next.
Yeah, I don't know. So I agree.
I wouldn't say I would, but
you would have stood there after you just watched a murder. They could turn around and kill you.
Yeah, I'm saying I understand. I understand why I got the hell out of there. But let's go back to the initial thing that happened in the first place. So they're called there for a guy who is basically, he's got a gun to his head. He's suicidal. And their best way to defuse a suicidal person, they're called there to basically help this situation, is to riddle him full of holes. Like that's not what you were supposed to do.
Why is it that they can kill him but he can't kill himself?
Yeah, you've seen this video, correct? Because I'm watching it, and it's really hard to make out who is.
It's pretty blurry. Yeah.
Right there, the guy in the white shirt. You see him. He's underneath or right next to the house.
Against the house.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
White shirt, black pants. He's standing there, and right at the beginning of this video, he just gets riddled.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and just play it and talk over it because it's muted, but it's only a minute long.
So as it cuts away,
that's him dropping, right?
Yeah, they get it right away. They riddle him.
You do hear in the audio later on. You can hear them telling him, "Get over on your stomach. Get over on your stomach." Like they're trying to physically turn him over onto his stomach while telling him to get over on his stomach. And like I said, when you've got holes in you, I don't think it's like that easy to do. So
no. So then, and about. I don't know.
What the hell kind of phone is this? Like, I don't know. I hate to be the Derek of the room right now, but this is bullshit. Come on.
You see right there. Stop. Go back real quick. Go back to about 35 seconds into the video. That's
he said the
a little bit further. A little bit
Derek's
further, a
always
little bit
bitching that their
further.
video quality is horrible, and now I see where he's coming from.
No.
This is terrible.
Severin, go to 30 seconds into the video real quick.
Okay.
Because I want you to watch this guy on the right. Okay? He's walking. He puts his hands up. He puts his hands up because he knows that he does the don't shoot. You know, he's backing up. Now he is exiting the scene. He is backing up. So then Officer Fucktard pulls up, immediately gets out with the gun, and orders this man on the ground. Yeah, orders him to the ground instantly. I mean, and that's where the video basically dude drives off. 'Cause he's like, nope, I don't want to be next.
Yeah,
I'm the only one who got this on video.
Bystanders at that point, I don't blame them. They attacked the innocent bystander right there.
A bystander who was moving in the opposite direction of the scene.
And plus, you know, these days everybody walks around with fucking headphones in and shit. So
yeah,
you know, you can understand if there's a possibility that you know, dude didn't even know because he didn't hear. He was plugged in at the time. It probably wasn't until he saw the cop coming at him with the gun in his hand that he realized what was happening.
It could even be down to the fact that he was standing there and watched what happened. But the second you watch somebody get shot, I mean, this man's probably in some sort of, you know, I'd be in shock. It'd be, what the hell just happened? Trying to figure out what's going on. And then he decides, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm too close. I should back up. Puts his hands up, like, I ain't here for this. I'm backing up. And as he's walking away, this officer just gets out and puts him to the ground at gunpoint. Everyone in that video shouldn't have a job. I'm sorry. Every single one of them in that video should not have a job.
I have to agree.
I'm beyond speechless of what I just saw. Like, every cop there was just, they really wanted to kill people that day, it seemed like.
It's cute watching them grow up. Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
No, I mean, every time you see a video, it's like, oh, well, this is the worst one yet. Oh, no, this is the worst one yet. It's like, it's just...
It's like they always say, dude, when we first started doing this radio show, it was like people would say, oh, did you see that? And the other one say, yeah, I seen that, you know, and like everybody's seen it. Like now there's just so much and so many videos and so much information out there that it's like, did you see that? And the other one has to say, no, I didn't see that because I was too busy looking at this one.
Which is in turn both sad and great. It's sad that there's so much content, but it's great that people are no longer just standing by and being bystanders and not paying attention and actually recording this and getting it out there so people can see it and the cops can be held accountable. It's not nobody's turning a blind eye anymore.
The woman who recorded the video, his name is Brandy Hayes, and let me just thank that woman because that man would have never ever had seen justice if not for her stopping and recording a 60-second video. Yeah. That they would have spun that around. They would have said he ran toward them, he attacked them. They would have did what they do on their police reports to get away with murder. And because of that video, because that woman was brave enough to stop, I my hat's off to that woman because that was a scary situation. I don't know that me being there, I wouldn't have been looking to get the hell out of there.
Well, let me just say that if Brandy wants to call in to the show or something, that we're more than welcome to have her on, and you know, I'm sure we could hook her up with some kind of gear or something.
Yeah, Brandy, if you're out there and you hear this show, call up and get a free Copblock T-shirt.
Contact us on Facebook or something.
Yeah, I know.
We're cut into a commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll go over a few more details of this story because it's really there's a lot of question about everything that happened, even up until the point of the video. We also have several more stories. So we will be right back with Copblock Radio.
Copblock Radio.
I'm getting good at that. I'm getting good at timing it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can.
Yeah, now you just got to get better at saying it.
What?
You got the timing down. Now you just got to get better at saying it. Like for one thing, don't always call story. Don't every fucking time you go out, you're like, we have a couple more stories. We have some more shit to talk about here on Copblock Radio. Have a nice day. See you at the end of the commercials.
And have fun going out with it. You know, like
yeah.
You're
a little rigid right now. You got to be a little less rigid.
Have
you
fun.
Be a little bit more fluid.
Throw some funk on it.
I mean, this is a constructive criticism.
I'm getting much better at it. I'm switching.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, your timing is no problem now.
Yeah, your timing is good.
Yeah. at the end of the day, it's still it's good.
Not bad for somebody who just got who just had to take over the show. A month ago?
It's been a little longer than that, but still.
There's no need to defend yourself.
No, there's no defense needed, dude. You're doing great. It's
constructive criticism. If you want to do it and you're going to do it, then you need to know how to do it right.
Oh man. We'll talk about it when we come back, but I'll just read this one line to you.
Okay.
I think they shot him so he dropped the gun. I don't know. I think they shot him so he dropped the gun. I don't really get how it's okay for them to shoot him, but he can't shoot himself.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't, and I think everybody should try, but I'll see if I can't actually contact her.
All right, we have an issue.
What's the issue?
We have 2 stories, and we're at the last segment.
I think we should probably go. I think we should do Brian's story. The Fresno
John Lang
sheriff
story, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I can't believe you even thought that was a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like a no fucking brainer.
Yeah, this is.
Let's talk about
This
something
is one of
that
the-
matters, or let's talk about why police think accountability is laughable.
Yeah, one's real, one's fluff.
I think we all know why they think it's fucking laughable, because they're not held accountable.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's so cute, they're trying. Just wait, y'all get yours. We're working on it. We're figuring this out. The movement is gaining momentum.
Oh, when we come back, I wanted to address the callers. The
what?
potential callers, because the people that keep trying to call in.
Uh-huh. Oh, we have people trying to call in?
Yeah, I got access to the Copblock page, or I'm like looking at all these voicemails and all these text messages saying we're calling. Not tonight, because I don't even have it open tonight, but the last few shows, and I want to be able to tell people why we don't have the call line open.
Sounds good.
Tell them to message the Facebook page. That's going to be the easiest and best way to get it done.
They could also, if they're watching on YouTube, they could always use the Q&A section.
I think it's easier to do it on Facebook. We all know, we all have access to the Facebook page and shit. So especially I was telling Brandy to get in touch. I wasn't telling everybody to fucking start calling. You gotta fix that problem too.
It'll be for a week. It probably won't be till March, honestly.
What do you need?
When we come back, here we are. We are back.
Welcome back!
With our final and possibly, I don't know. I don't want to say most bizarre story that I've heard this year.
But it's disturbing.
Very. I mean, we have a story written by Brian Sumner, and we're gonna just jump right into it because it's something that we're gonna go out on, and we're gonna run out of talking time, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Get the jumping.
Yeah. Why don't you give us a quick rundown here?
There's an activist out of Fresno, California, named John Lang. And I'm just going to read the beginning of this story because we're going to have plenty to talk about with this.
All right.
But John Lang was found stabbed to death in his burning house just days after predicting someone would kill him. His Facebook post implicated local law enforcement, his neighbor, and a person that worked with him. John and I have had an online relationship that started May of 2015. He originally contacted me in regards to police harassment, and after a few conversations, I agreed to meet with him at his house so he could elaborate. We continued to talk online on a semi-regular basis, but eventually I wrote him off as paranoid, and our communication dwindled. I had little to no contact with John in the months before his murder. I read about his murder a few days after it happened in an online news article that described the man and the house where it took place, were eerily similar to John's, and there was growing concern that the one who was murdered in an attempt to confirm whether it was John or not. In an attempt to confirm if it was John or not, I headed over to his house. When I arrived at John's house, the place was boarded up. I snapped a couple of photos with my cell phone and sent them to concerned parties. I called my friend at the fifth column, James Job, who searched the house and found a vague description shortly after a Toyota. And this is just Brian. Brian went to the house, and the Fresno Police Department were actually sitting outside this guy's house watching it after this had happened. At the end of the altercation, James asked what the law enforcement affiliation was, Fresno Police or Fresno Sheriff's Department. They said they were with the police department and we ended the interaction. It wasn't until someone posted a comment on the video with a link to their video of the same officers that I discovered they had lied about their affiliation. This time, however, instead of wearing plain clothes, the officers were dressed in uniform of the Fresno Police Department. Why would two honest, hardworking, and trustworthy officers lie about someone about which department they work for? Could it be that they might be involved in the police cover-up of the murder of John Lang? Is there a more reasonable explanation for their dishonesty? Please sign the petition for a federal investigation into the death of John Lang. And I'm going to actually put this post on the Facebook page right now, because anyone out there that's listening needs to go sign this petition right now. We're only a few signatures away from forcing the president to open a federal investigation.
I want to read something as well. This is actually from January 13th at 11:46 p.m. It was posted by John Lang on his Facebook, and it is to Jenica Stein. It says, "Hey Jenica, I just wanted to give you a heads up. If anything happens to me in the next day or two, it will be the result of the Fresno, California PD, my neighbor, and an employee at my job pay less brakes and tires on Blakestone Avenue in Fresno, California." Now, this literally this was a day prior to him losing his life that he posted this. So he showed, and then I mean, come on. Not only is he stabbed, but then his house is burning when, this is just bizarre.
Well, I mean, the posting is not necessarily proof, but, it does imply a certain knowledge, by the Fresno police.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We have Brian right out there in Fresno, so I'm sure if anything updated with this case, we would hear. I would like to know what the police take is on this. Do they have a comment?
No comment.
Do they have anything to say about the fact that this guy openly accused them?
We can't comment at this time on an open investigation.
Yep.
Exactly. That's the response you always get. This man openly cried for help, saying, "These people are going to kill me." Rightfully so. He seemed paranoid, probably. Rightfully so. It was disregarded.
No comment.
I mean, if somebody came on my wall saying the cops are going to kill me, I would probably ignore them, too. I would think that they were paranoid, but this turned out to be...
It makes you think twice about, writing people off as paranoid anymore.
Yeah, and it also makes me think twice about activism.
Definitely doesn't make me think twice about...
Not think twice, but really want to cover myself a little better, because I kind of, I don't want to say taunt the police, but I'm on their Facebook pages telling them, you guys are assholes. I'm out there. I'm in their faces. My face is known. My name is known. Could I be the next John Lang?
Welcome to
you
the
guys
club,
don't hear from me. They killed me. Let's just get that straight right now. Because I will not resist arrest. I will not put up a fight. So whatever they say, they're lying.
Right now, your wife is licking her chops, going, "Hey, I can blame this on the cops. This is going to be easy now."
Especially with that life insurance policy I just took out.
Thanks, asshole.
But
he would provide the solution himself.
For me, over this,
just blame Officer Bush.
over the months and months of doing this, I just kind of got comfortable with the animosity between the police hating me and not respecting anything about accountability or anything. I just kind of got used to that. So I used to actually take steps when I was going to go to a police station. I would post, I'm going. This is what I'm wearing. This is what I'm doing. This is my purpose there. And I would post that on my social media before I would leave so that if anything were to go down, I have proof of what my intentions were leaving my house. Now I don't really do that so much, and the stories like this make me question, like, should I be paranoid like that? Like, should I really think that these guys are actually capable of stabbing someone and burning the house to the ground to cover
You
the
don't
evidence?
think that already? You don't think that already? You really don't think that already?
I don't know if I'm there yet, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
I think they're corrupt beyond any.
It's so cute to watch them grow up, I swear.
I think that they're corrupt beyond any comprehension, but to take the leap that they'll break into someone's house and murder them, I don't know if I'm ready to accept that, because it's too scary for my head to wrap around, honestly. It would be too scary for me to walk down the street thinking that they were out to kill me.
Remember Waco, Ruby Ridge?
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
All documented. Well-known shit. We're not talking about something that is no longer, these things are no longer a conspiracy theory. These things actually happened. They've been documented.
Well, me and Matt were actually just talking.
Philadelphia, you're in Allentown. You don't know about Philadelphia and the bombing the fucking neighborhood?
Absolutely.
And trying to keep it secret? The Black Panthers and shit?
What was that? It was, what, 86?
I don't remember the year exactly, but it was fucking retarded, whatever it was. Man.
Yeah.
Me and Matt were actually just talking yesterday about like the atmosphere of accountability in police and all that, and we're both on the same page that 2015 was the year of bitching, and 2016 is the year of action. Like, things have to change. If things don't change this year, I fear for what our society will
It's already changing, though, Severin. It's already changing. I mean, think about it. When you talk about a revolution, this is how it starts. First people are talking and they get upset about it. So then they turn around and they start doing things about it, which would be setting up organizations, setting up ways to educate people. Then things start to take place. You start to have little protests here or little pockets of resistance that pop up. Then you start seeing bigger things like riots, where we're seeing that in
I'm sorry to cut you off. We're right about at the end of the show, and I want to make sure that we can tell everybody where they can find us.
Yes.
We will talk more next week, and I'm sure if anybody wants to follow up on any of these stories, you can contact us on Copblock Radio. Maybe you have a comment that you'd like to be heard. Our call lines are not set up at this point. We will be getting there soon, but we will take your comments. We will talk. We will engage with you if you have anything that you want to contribute to the radio show. If
you can always message the Facebook page too.
Yeah, come on the Facebook page. Let us know, and maybe we can even schedule you as a guest if you have something that you'd like to say. So we're at the end of our show right now, but I can be found at Lehigh Valley Cop Block on Facebook and on YouTube. Matt, you can be found at
Oath Accountability Project on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as Monday nights at Oath Accountability Live on YouTube at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And Dio?
Check out copblock.org/store. Get your gear, get outfitted, get out there and film the police.
See you next week.
See you next week, everyone.
Peace. Good show.
Dude, that was a great show.